5 Demolition Cup in April. So we have 5 games coming out tonight. We're already moving back in as the countdown is already happening. We have a best of 5 series. I'll just quickly go over the maps. The teams were a little bit quicker than I anticipated. We have Airplane, Cannon, India, and Hammer Blow being played. Core7 leads the series best of 5 1-0 after winning the winner bracket finals earlier on versus Phenomenal. We're now going to get started on Airplane with Core7 on EU and Bangbus. So let's take a look at the guns. Need a quick move in. You see K1A1s, Demacos, AK, Demacos. I know how far in these are this time for Sean. But we only have 1 sniper in the room, 2 pointments, and the rest 7 are rifles. And it looks like Core7 will also try to apply a bit of that pressing power that Bangbus has shown before against Phenomenal. But we already can see in the first round here is that Bangbus is not playing the same against Core7. They're really going to get this started, so we should be in for a good game. It's coming out. As Bimbo King is the first player to fall to 2NK. He's moving up close to 2 side. Leo, as his binos out. He's actually on UAV though, and his teammate getting shot down. That's Ron. Leo now found by Mr. Johns. Sal's already rotating. Sean trying to watch through the smoke. Will be a tough shot, and he won't get Mr. Johns. So missing the second. Missing Mr. Johns again. He's already moving out, but he's on the bino, so they know exactly where he's at, and now he's even smoked out. Gonna be a tough one for Sean and Jinzao to retake. Guess who waits here? Is already pre-fire. That lead was actually dead on, and Jinzao will find 2 players. Can Johns get the shot down? It will be his teammate instead, Kavolzin, but Jinzao got so close on retaking that. That nade that came out was so on point, although I think it was Sean's nade. He got very, very close on helping Bangbus retake that. But Core7 is going to take the first round, and Kisa's already charging down the double doors, trying to get in. He's getting halted. A lot of nades. The smoke. It's all coming out there. A 2-2-1 setup this time. Interesting move from Bangbus. Again, not pressuring the double doors as much as they did before. Smoke now comes out. So tries to get a pick here with his finals. Spot one of the players there. I think he did. So there's retreating, but Ron gets a knee kill on Mr. Johns. That's a good one from him. He said tries to return the nade. Might hit Ron. Does actually hit him. Doesn't hit him a lot. It does hit him a lot. Look at that. Ron makes a nade kill, then gets a return nade on him. Only 15 HP left. Kavolzin's already shut down Julio. Hasn't been too comfortable so far holding off that one side. And picked up from the vent now 2 times. Jinzao now. On the peek out. Sean's seen one of the players pass. So at this point, Bangbus is figuring out where Core7 is heading. So still here with the binos. We see Kavolzin. Gonna go back, but look at Ron. Ron is their wildcard player for this round as he's pushed up so far. He might catch guess who off guard here. He's going to run. He just did drop that bomb. Ron gets 1 kill though. He's immediately gonna hide. 2NK has snuck up into the 2 side. Kavolzin will be checking his quarters. Ron's now run away. Kisa's also lit. 3v4. Yeah, look at that. 2NK is already on the 2 side, and I don't think they know. So here's Sean coming around the back. Tells Kavolzin to wait. Just gonna wait for one of the players to get on the side. 2NK gets that kill, and then Core7 is gonna move in. It's a very good setup, but time is ticking down, so he has to get the kill onto Sean. Comes out with a lot of pre-fires. Ron has also gone into the side. So finds Ron. Sean still waits. 2NK with a nade. Bomb has to go down. 2 players are in the blue room. The bomb does go down. 1 player found. Second found by Jinzao, and now it's a 1v2. 2NK still in the back, but it doesn't matter. Jinzao is going very well with that Demako. He's gonna get 2 kills just like the previous round. But this time the retake is successful. Bangbus evens up the scores. It's 1-0. The possible with 11 rounds remaining. This matchup. Can already Sean is getting blocked a little bit. We can already see that these teams are quite even to one another. So this should be a very, very interesting match. This, of course, is the grand finals for tonight. Looks like 2NK has also picked up the sniper rifle, which is going to make it more interesting coming from Core7's side. They'll be able to get some more plays going, so they now have an entry fragger they can work with. Let's go over to 2NK actually. He's playing with the FRF2. All skins on that. Guess who's already moved down in the mid. That's a good move from him. Let's actually move over to him. So he's below the blue room as Sean finds Mr. John. Guess who's just waiting for someone to move over to the mid, although he should be the one making the move. Nobody is watching him. Oh, Bimbo King is now, as he checks it occasionally. He says also down mid, he might go into blue room. Could be the moment where Guess Who is going to move out. So now makes that noise. On Tally, he's going to walk right into Guess Who's aim. May happen any minute. Immediately the headshot shot down from Guess Who. Bimbo King is going to move up from the side. There's a lot of damage, but Kisa's going to go for the backstab. Gets a surprise kill onto Bimbo King. Sean's watching the mid. Julio is still on the 2 side. It's a kill on 2NK. It's important. Kisa still waiting in the base. So he gets that kill. Now Julio knows he has to make a play happen. It's not the most clever corner. Has to check his left. Oh, he spots at the right moment and catches Gavolzin off guard. Now long range fight with Kisa. Kisa's on side. Julio gets the kill. Very well played by him. Bullets are well maintained too. As he almost knifes his teammate there. He does get the 3K here that secures him the round. Well played by him. Round 3. Also Bangbus. Point I'm waiting to see Core7 a bit more aggressive into the double doors as Kisa is doing now. It will immediately be Sean to get that kill into Guess Who, and I think Kisa suffered a severe, no, not a severe attack, but a little one. Now moving in. So John's already found Sean. Nobody from Bangbus is still left on the side. Yeah, with the smoke now coming out, they can move up into the side as Kisa's gonna go down the binos, but he doesn't dare to push up yet. I think they still think that Bangbus has some control in 1. Waiting for his teammates to move in. Here comes Kisa. 1, maybe 2 players on the binos. He's gotta go back. He has that point, man. He's just gonna secure the behind. Leo's low. And the players on side is 2 though. As we move over to Gavolzin. Come from behind. Looking pretty far. That nade might get close to Gavolzin. Doesn't hit him. Kisa with the surprise kill onto Ron. Bimbo King finds 2NK to the smoke. Jinzao gets another. Kisa is still in the vent. Oh, Bimbo King catches him as he jumps up, and they know where Mr. Johns is. Bimbo King rounds off. 3 kills for him as he got started so well with that kill through the smoke. But yeah, the retake was very solid, but Kisa just had to be a little bit more patient. He had the round under control. Could easily stall Bangbus, but he didn't go for that. Unfortunately, it does cost him. 3-1 lead now for Bangbus. Sometimes are these small mistakes, these small subtle movements that can cost you a round. The big question is it going to cost them a map, as it is now quite obviously a 2 push, but Bangbus already prepared for that. Kisa runs into the crossfire setup of Julio, and I think Jinzao is already in. Julio gets 3 kills, gonna push on, wants to get the 3rd, but Guess Who is gonna prevent that from happening. But oh, Jinzao's already found him. Jinzao's already found him, so round 5 also going to Bangbus. They now have a solid lead, which means that the next round really needs to go to Core7. Otherwise, Bangbus is well on their way on evening up the scores here in the grand finals. Comes out with a nade. This might be dangerous, but Kisa's pushing out too quickly as Ron and Sean hold down the double door as well here. Gavolzin's already on the retreat. 2NK. He's now forced to make an opening over at 2 side. He's come out with the AK. Doesn't spot anyone yet. Should go for a far smoke or just a smoke on the box here and then move out to the mid. Has to get a play started. Although this nade is fairly good. Bimbo King has to move a little bit. Doesn't get hit. now all alone. 2NK gives this position away. They're now going to push him. Let's kill onto Demolition. Julio's there with the pre-fire. 5 rounds straight now to Bangbus. They're not giving up whatsoever on defense. They're only 2 rounds away from evening out the scores in the Grand Finals. And this is a Bangbus push. There we go. Classic Bangbus push. 5 players already ready. Let's get the first kill onto Kisa. Mr. John's already moving in. The smoke is not good though, and Ron gets caught off guard. Let's move over to Kavolze. He has to get the spray down. To get a huge one as well if he wants to have any chance of giving this round to Core7. Players moved in. A lot of jumps coming out. Mr. John's giving back up to Kavolze. Still lit. Jumps out. There's a lot of damage as Jin Zhao now moves in. Gets the kill, Mr. Johns to the smoke. Zhao. Oh, he gets a kill on Kavolze with the last couple of bullets. Shot, missing a shot, pistols out, and he will fall as well. Round 7 goes to Core7, as the name fits there. It could have been very close after that 2K from Jin Zhao. Always getting these frags. They're so important for Bangbus. And he seems to be a very strong asset on their roster, as he's usually not playing that. Look at that, 13 and 3 after only 7 rounds. He's definitely friggin' big for Bangbus. Smoke now comes out. Looks like Bangbus has calmed down a little bit after they just lost that round. Of course, if they would have won it, we would have seen a very strong 2-push right now. Sean's gonna do the nade here. Nobody there is waiting. It is good to do it anyway. Nade's dead on. Means that Julio and Mimo King can move in. Look at that. That's some proper teamwork coming out from Bangbus. They didn't come out to throw after all. And here's Ron then. He's got the bomb. Knows he can't push even though he has the appointment. He should be one of the players though trying to get a play started. Can't really do that now. Kavolze again finds Jin Zhao. It's been so deadly going out against Core7 in the window there. Or in the tunnels. The two, well, they fixed each other there almost every single round now. And all the rounds, it didn't go in favor of Bangbus. So they shouldn't really focus too much on that. Focus more on the mid. And for 2-go, Julio now gets shut down at crossfire with 2NK, and guess who? Now Sean wants to rotate. It has to be quick. It's only Kavolze outside. He's in the blue room already. Ron's just gonna walk in. I spotted him. Sean gets one. Let's get the kill onto Kavolze. Moves up quick. Sean just surviving this one. Looks back but misses a shot. Gets a kill onto guess who. Flash down and guess who with the nade kill then. Interesting though how Kavolze didn't push him, because that would have secured the round a lot quicker. But Sean won't get further than 2. Core7 is going to get another one on the board, and it's going to make it more interesting. Core7 slowly creeping up back to Bangbus. But if Bangbus wins this round, it should still be done. King now waits. Let's move over to that crossfire setup here to see the nade come out. Nade's actually very good. King is forced to move. They do find both of the players. John's already in the blue room. Julio and Bimmelkin giving each other back up. Kavolze still in the back. Finds one of the players. Finally shut down by Jin Zhao. That's a quicker push now coming out from Bangbus. Takes him 40 seconds to secure the round. This is the round that will most likely grant them a big enough of a lead in order to secure the second map and even up the scores in the series. They still have 1 round to win. This is round number 10. 4 rounds to play at max. Meanly hammering down at Kisa, and Ron really seems to be Kisa's nemesis here. Kisa, even though he's 10 and 10, has been shot down a lot in the last couple of rounds, not being able to do too much. Wilson is still on the side. Sean can't really get his position here. He's watching through the vent. Now spots the player on side. No Kavolson is there. Jin Zhao's on side. Requires a lot. Sean finds the player. There's just 1 left. Sean missing a couple of shots, but they need to get the bomb down. Jin Zhao's lit. He has to... Oh, they left the bomb in base. Of course they did. God damn it, Bangbus. Really? I mean, guess who's all pushed up now? Jinsao has to run through through his aim, basically. And guess who's gonna shut him down, and then Sean's gonna be put in a 1v2. Look at that. He gets caught. Guess who knows that the last player's on side? He also knows he's most likely got the bomb on control. Now guess who can just play back? He's gonna walk up in here. Sean. Sean, that's just clever. He goes for the bomb instead of the contest. Most players would have gone for the contest here, but in this situation, at least, according to Guess Who's movement, it is better to do this. Sean's now moved on, missed his shot. He's gonna get the bomb down. Guess Who not moving up yet. Sean's already going for a light peek. Waiting for Guess Who to drop. He sees him. Sean spots him. Oh, but Sean misses. Sean misses. Oh no, this could cost him. He's moved up. No, he will not. Sean does prevail in the end, and he will win that 1v1 battle. Bangbus wins map 2, 7-3, and they even up the scores. We get ready for Cannon. So we have it, a 7-3 win for Bangbus on Airplane. Their map that they did win here, and now we're going to move over to Cannon, which is the pick for Core7. Last time, Cannon... Core7 managed to defeat Bangbus. On India, they just narrowly lost, if I'm not mistaken. So, the next two maps is where Core7 most likely needs to secure it, because if I remember correctly, in the last cup, Bangbus did win Hammer Blow against Core7, although I think it was a 7-6 win. So, the next three maps, I'm curious. I'm very curious to see how that pans out. My game hasn't crashed, that is. There we go. We have it. And we are in the room as well. We have moved over with the servers, and we're now getting ready for map number 3, which will be played on Cannon. Remember, this is a best of 5 series, guys. It is now evened up 1-1, which means that we'll at least see the maps of Cannon and India being played. If either team wins one of these maps, we'll move on to a 5th and final map, which will be played on Hammerblow. So we see the sides being asked. Let's see if Bangbus wants to start an EU or NRF. I'm not too sure what side they'd like to start off, but if we compare it to the previous match, it won't matter all too much. I think I would like to start on the NRF side because Cannon is a very push-heavy map, and the EU side is a little bit easier. So with the eyes on a potential 13th round, I prefer the NRF side to start off with. But if Bangbus seems comfortable, if they think they can win 4, if not 5 rounds on the EU side, then you should start on the EU side. So it goes either way, but it looks like Bangbus is very confident in getting at least 3 rounds of the next 6 that they'll play on the EU server. Alright, we got that all set up. It looks like we're waiting for one of the players to relog on the Core7 side. That will be 2NK. I'm actually curious though to see whether they're going to switch their rosters, because that would also be an option if they're bringing in a sub. Although 2NK has been playing fairly well. Yeah, he indeed just got a log out. He's relogging, so he's just relogging. Alright, that's fine. So they're gonna continue with the same roster. That's all good. There he is, 2NK has returned, and you all ready up. It's still an all-rifle setup for Core7. They don't want to play with any scopes, although in Cannon, you can be a bit more rifle-heavy. But if you're going for full rifles, that means they have to be confident that you're going to out-rifle your opponents. Both teams are fairly equal to each other when it comes to aiming. Maybe Bangbus is a little bit better, but it's an interesting move. It's definitely interesting to see less scopes being utilized in most of the cups now. I mean, the most scopes we've seen tonight were 2 in total, which was 1 on either team. The dual scoping setups that we saw back in the days with Global and even Andromeda, we haven't seen that a lot anymore. So I'm curious to how that's going to happen. And yeah, with eyes on the ICC or the Nations Challenge, the Netherlands, of course, always doing that. Sweden, known for doing that, and Germany as well. And they, of course, still had Delcor and Waikit playing for that. But we're moving on here in the A-Pro Cup. So we're still in the grand finals. This is map number 3. We're moving out to Cannon. And the EU side, we have Bangbus, Jinzhao, Julio, Bimbo King, Ron Tally, and Sean. Core7's on NRF, Kisa, Gasu, Kevozin, Mr. Johns, and 2NK. It's coming out with that K1A1. They're taking the bomb and they're going over to 2 side. Actually, nobody from Core7 is checking the mid. Yeah, Kisa now decides to check it. And he's going to run into... Well, he's going to run into Sean. Although Kisa's trying to go with some smoke shots. They do some damage to Sean. Sean will try to re-peek that, but now decides to move away. So let's move out to Mr. Johns, who's going to see first contact here over at 2 side. Slowly waits here, push is now happening. Brown comes in with a lot of pre-fires and immediately gets to kill Mr. John. Side's been taken. Guess who's in the back? He gets flash naded. Has to go with a counter grenade here if he wants to make anything happen. He's gonna nade it close. Won't connect much. There's a flash, but there's no push really happening yet. A bit of lag coming in. Jinzhao finds a kill on guess who? Julio finds Kisa. There's only one player in the back. He gets shot down. A clean round for Bangbus. If they pushed a lot quicker than... Well, a lot quicker. A little bit slower though. But as soon as the push happened, the first kill was immediately made by Ron. Not sustaining too much damage. And that helps, of course, a lot going into the round. But now they're going for a 2 push. 2NK and Kevozin will find that full force. Looking at a good angle. Kevozin gets traded out. Gets a kill on one. He's already given back up. He now gets shot down. Still one player on side. That's 2NK. Sean missed the shot on Mr. Johns. Guess who? Coming all the way from behind. Jinzhao heard that. Jinzhao needs to get this kill, but he won't get that. Sean's still there. Found by Mr. Johns. Guess who's lit? Jinzhao. It's one down lit. Pre-fires a lot, but it will be 2NK that prevails in the end. It would have been very close because both players were lit. The Core7 takes round number 2. So guys, for y'all in the chat, let me know who you think is going to win this map of Cannon. So far it's 1-0. 11 rounds of maximum remaining, but I think we're going for a close one. Potentially 12 or 13 rounds. finds Kisa. Gesu, the return onto Bimbo King. So with Gesu moving up, they know it's definitely going to be a one move. 2NK is peeking out a bit more. He's in the open as Jin Zhao finds him. And now Kavulzin still inside. Ron's got the kill on Mr. Johns. Kavulzin is all by himself, but gets the kill still. Julio is not really pushing yet. Waiting for Kavulzin to make that pre-fire onto Sean. A lot of players being found. They know where Kavulzin is. Julio should just go for a rotate, which is exactly what he does. And I think Kavulzin will realize any minute that he's going to go over to rotate.
Focus on the mission.
Kavulzin now moves up. Ron is waiting close. He's going to get that kill. No issues for him. 7-1 for Ron as he's leading the team for now. Bangbus leads 2-1. Now push coming out for Bangbus. They now have 2 appointments, Bimbo and Ron Tality. They move around the back. What is interesting is that they don't use the nade at the spot. Well, that's not the right one. The other one that was thrown was correct. See? I was just talking about that nade spot as Kisa finds a kill onto Sean from behind. Ron will immediately be pushing up onto him. Oh, what a lovely flick from Kisa onto Ron. Completely obliterated there. He's getting pushed out again, but this time it's Bimbo King with the kill. Jin Zhao and again finds Gesu, and now 2 side is open. Jin Zhao has it. He's watching a connector too. Mr. Johns might walk straight into his aim. He's gonna try and make sure that he cuts off any players rotating. Finds them one. Now one of the players will repeat as Jin Zhao gets the kill. So in case already, connector 2 will get flashed out. Leo moves in. 3 players from Bangbus now on site. The site is clear. Bimbo King, I think, picked up that scope. So it's now a 2v2. Gonna watch the angle for Kavulzin. Kavulzin actually gets a kill on Julio. Call-out's been made too. Bimbo King, oh, he's gonna wait. 2NK doesn't want to go in either. That flash on Bimbo is so good, and it will not matter. Kavulzin gets the kill there, but that flash from him was so on point. Didn't allow Bimbo King to make anything happen here, and now it's a lot easier.
Return to main base. Your efforts are commended.
Sorry if the player's moving out. Indeed, as it's just confirmed, I'll just give the shout out here on the chat. There are indeed prizes for the winning team this cup. I'll have to give the credits though for Brad for supplying them. I'll be distributing them out to the winning team, and as we didn't hit the double digits, it was chosen to support $30 for the winning team. So that's, hey, it's a prize. Consolation prize, I guess. But he said if we get 16 teams or more, that will go up to 200 or maybe even 250 for as a total prize pool. And that's of course a lot more than these $30. Meantime, we go back to the game as Julio gets the kill on 2NK. Guess who's still waiting for a repeat? Finds one on Jin Zhao. Needs to get the kill too on Julio. But it will be Bimbo King moving out on the other end. Run now, a big spray. Does a lot of damage. Spots 2 players, but he's in a 1v3. Kisa's gonna move out first. Ron almost gets him, but look at that. Kisa's lit, Kavulzin full, Mr. John's also low. But it will be a round to Core7, and Core7's holding on really well on the NRF side. They will need that last round here. This last round could be very important as to who has a say in this match, really. If Core7 wins this, I think it's almost certain that they're going to take this 3rd map. If Bangbus takes it, it's going to be a lot closer. Yeah, so he's still waiting in the mid, but look at that. He's pushed out so far. He's going to make sure that Bangbus will not be able to rotate, even though they have a split going on. So that could be dangerous. He's going to hold that here. It's 2NK, gets a kill onto Julio. Sean tries to move in. It's very low. Jin Zhao does find Kavulzin, though. With that, they do have the side. He comes out. Bimbo King fans the kill onto Gesu, meanwhile. And yeah, with Ron Tally being shot down, all the cards are on the table. Sean's getting the bomb down. 2NK is already moving in from the base. Sean comes out with smoke. 2NK has moved out very far as he finds Jin Zhao. Sean's being pushed out by 3 players. Bimbo King coming out a little bit late, but Sean did find a player. Kisa wants to push him out. Doesn't find him. Bimbo King, meanwhile, is there. He finds 2NK. Bimbo King is lit. Kisa finds one. 15 seconds remain. He doesn't know where Sean is, but yeah, Sean can just wait this out. Sean just now has to move in. Gonna run in. We still get the kill onto Kisa. Oh, he got this shot onto Kisa, but that headshot made his aim stutter just enough for him to be not on the bomb anymore. Although in the end, the time would have been enough either. The round number 6 goes to Bangbus, and with that 3-3, they do have their minimum, so this is anyone's game. This can go either way. We might go the full road here. With Mr. John's already shot now Rontality, this could initiate a fast push from Core7 onto one side. Well, is the only player holding it. Sean watches the mid. Bimbo King also has a little bit of hold there. That headshot tagged from Mr. Johns. Julio is doing good work in keeping them away. Zhao moves back. Kisa and Gasu trying to come out with a fake there. They successfully lured 3 players away with Julio now alone on the one side. Kisa gets the kill onto Bimbo King though, so they do have control. Gasu finds Jin Zhao as well, but now with Julio falling, they all have it in control. It's just Sean. They've spotted him. With him missing the shot will be Core7 to take back the lead. A good first round for them. Again, no players for them falling, and it will be Kisa with a good carry on his side. He's currently 12.5 in 5 in only 7 rounds. So far, the scopes haven't been able to do much. Sean currently 3.5 in 6. It's not too easy yet. Again, the first 2 frags. Side's been taken. They get a third as well, and it's starting to look dire now for Bangbus. Yeah, this is the map pick though from Core7, although this nade went a little bit too high, I guess. Get down a little bit. Flash comes out. 2NK with the pre-fire. Another clean round for Core7, and Bangbus now really needs to watch out because this map could just slip away from their fingers. Still playing with the FRF2. Wants to go for an early frag here, but he's getting smoked out by his teammates. That's going to make it ever so hard for him to get a kill. This nade is good though, as Mr. Johns to walk back for it. Close in, already close, but Sean again misses a shot. He's trying to play very aggressive, but the way his teammates play aren't really allowing him to make picks as he's getting smoked out. But that might cause him, because here, again, 3 players have been shot down. Bimbo King's alone on the side. He does fight back now, but finally 2NK shuts him down. And now Ron finds himself in a 1v3. 2 players are low, but 2NK is still full HP. They know where Ron is. Kisa's just gonna get the bomb down, and Ron has to hurry here. Move up. Kisa's already watching them behind. And Kisa gets that kill to 3 rounds. Yeah, I think it's 3 rounds straight now for Core7, and are just 1 round away on taking back the lead here in the series, as they are getting close to win their own map pick of Cannon. Looks like this is another map where Core7 is pretty strong at, although in Airplane, it was definitely Bangbus being a tad stronger, but the next map is going to be India, and that has been a nail-biter in the previous cup, so I'm very curious how this is going to end. Julio now finds a kill of Mr. Johnson in the smoke. Guess he still waits here. Kisa now with a kill onto Ron. Jin Zhao needs to get this kill onto Kisa, otherwise it might be all over. Jin Zhao takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. Julius meanwhile rotated. Kefalzin's in the mid. Might get the kill here onto Bimbo King as he could catch him off guard. As soon as I know where the player... No, it's going to be Gesu to find Julio first. He only gets that bomb there. One to get ready for a 2-go. Bimbo King is moving out, but Kavolzin is waiting for him. So as soon as he falls, it could all be the end. He does fall here. Gesu's already rotating, but doesn't matter. Catches Jin Zhao whilst he does that. And map number 3 goes to Core7. Same score as map 2, but a different winner. And with that, Core7 has a 2-1 map lead now in this best of 5 series. Looked to be really close up until Core7 had that EU side. Winning 4 rounds straight really shows how dominant they are on the map of Cannon. And now we're going to another map where they're notoriously strong at. We're now moving over to India as we're switching servers. Let's wait for the room to be created. Let's see as we wait for them to make the room. But yeah, we just saw Core7 being a bit more dominating in the map of Cannon. I think India was Bangbus winning the last time, although it was 7-6. And they also won that match on Hammer Blow, although that was in the semifinals 2 weeks ago. Also 7-6 against Core7. So we know that the next 2 maps are going to be very close. But at this point, it's either team's game. I think if it's going to end, if Core7's going to win it, it's going to end here on India, but that's going to be on the NA server as well, so I have a feeling we're going to a 5th map, but how it's going to end, it's anyone's guess, really. All I know is that this is going to be a very close grand finals, and that's all we could wish for. So we have our room up. There we have it. Meantime, we can check the overlays and see what gray bar that the players are talking about, but I do not see that whatsoever. So I think that's just a regular AVA UI they're talking about. We do have a gray bar, of course, here, but this is the lobby view, and that's not what we have going on, of course, during the game. So I'm not really sure what you players are talking about. So here we go, we have everyone ready. The players are now readying up to, and we're gonna move in. We see 2 appointments, we see 1 scope, we see 7 rifles. We have Bangbus on the EU side with Bimbo King, Julio, Jin Zhao, Rontal, Lian Sean, and NRF. Core7's Kisa, Gesu, Kavolzin, Mr. Johns, and 2NK. Remember, for this one, it's all gonna be up to Bangbus in order to win it, because if Core7 secures this map, they will have successfully won this event. Kisa's already moving up fiercely into the pillar room, but he's gonna back off as soon as he doesn't see any players. But Bangbus is queuing up there. Although Kisa does have backup from Kavolzin, so that's all fine. Link close with that K1A1. Interesting to see players play with that K1A1, because I thought the MP7 would be a little bit stronger. Hey, let's see what it can do with that. Might be a bit stronger long range. See, now here's the nade being picked. Here comes out. Kisa's just getting pre-fired through the smoke by Julio. And now the one push is happening. 2NK still waiting in the vent, but they've all been shot down by Bimbo King. 2 kills for him so far. As the smoke comes out, guess who has to come by Van? Mr. John's via base, but it looks like Bangbus has control of this first round. Jinsao plays aggressive. Bomb now going down. Bimbo watching the vent. Sean's now gonna watch the behind. Ooh, Mr. John's actually catching him off guard. Now, maybe nobody's watching the vent, but it doesn't matter. Bimbo was still watching it. Jinsao pushes Mr. Johns out in base. Round 1, whoop, goes to Bangbus. Again, here we see Bangbus wait. This is very interesting because most players will just rush up straight to the pillar. They stop a little bit earlier so that in case someone pushes the pillar room and tries to push too aggressive, they A, catch them off guard, and 2, if they don't want to push too aggressive, like we saw in round 1, the pushing pointman will fall back a little bit. They do get spotted by Kisa. There's quite a bit of damage and already want to push him. Nade comes out, more nades. Smoke is there too. The Bang was already retreating. Looks like this has been a fake push. This is now at the vent. Spots Ron Tally there. Goes out with a nade. Ron has to watch out. The nade actually going back. So now finds a sniper. Sean's still there. Has to fall back. Bimbo King not really too sure whether they need to move C4-2. But it looks like they're going for mid. But yeah, there is Guess Who is always playing in that spiral. Let's see if Bangbus is lured from this and is now going to check the spiral. No, they haven't. They do not check it. Guess Who gets a massive spray down on 3 players, just like we saw in the last cup, quite interestingly. But yet, Sean is still alive. He's now gonna fall back. Clever move. Now he has enough bullets again to contest. He has a heavy defensive setup. They're all gonna move in together. Nobody from them is going to make a mistake here, so this round should be all fair and square going to Core7. Sean has to move up. Might get 2 players in total, but 2NK immediately lands the headshot on Sean. Round 2 goes to Core7. This one all by Guess Who, holding off the spiral, catching 3 players off guard. TNK is now going to move up the vent. He's now waiting there. The setup still remains fairly similar to what they've done so far. But yeah, one of the rounds did work, the other one it didn't. Although Kisa has moved over back to the rifle. As in the first round, of course, it didn't work when he pushed a bit too far. So John's still waiting here. Oh, Sean with a very quick peek as he knocks him out. No, Guess Who's still over at 2 side. Rotate's already coming in. If Guess Who falls very quickly here, could be the end of it. But it looks like Bangbus is still going for a 1. But with Kisa again, that kill onto Julio, it suddenly doesn't matter. Bangbus seems to be willing to go for some more fake pushes because they know Core7 has crossfire setups and thus 2 players at the side. But because they're doing so, they're not really forcing it all too hard. Now Jinsao finds kill on 2NK. They spot 1 player, but Guess Who got the sprayed out to Bimbo King. Sean's still there. Kavolze now, 2K sprayed out. Ron is still alive, but oh, Ron has a bomb! Ron has a bomb, he can just go into the 1 side. Guess Who? He won't be there in time. But Ron's not gonna go for the plan. He will go for the No, Ron's gonna go for the plan. Guess Who hears it. He's gonna push out. He's gonna immediately try to go for the pick, but he will be too late. Ron is all close, but doesn't matter. Guess Who gets him there, as he's now going 7-1 after that defuse here. And Core7 will take round number 3 as well. Guess Who takes the lead for now. But what Bangbus needs to do is, when they do make that push happen, they need to push through. If they would have gone for that solid push into 2, they would have probably won the round. But they're trying to go for a little bit more fakes. And yeah, as soon as Julio fell, of course, the round was over. Even though it was 4v4. It was technically over when it comes tactics-wise. Bang. Mr. Johns now. Still waiting in the desert here in Garden. Sean gets the kill into Guess Who as he falls back. Cavolzin has to go to the mid, but Jin Zhao pushes in quickly. 2NK still in. Oh no, Jin Zhao doesn't spot Cavolzin moving in, but Bimbo King's still alive. Cavolzin's in. 2v2. Watches the van. Gets the kill finally onto Sean, but Bimbo King's still alive. 1v1. Mr. Johns is full. Bimbo King's 40. If Bimbo King wants to pick up the scope, we can see why he's moving up here. He wants that scope. Mr. Johns will not expect that, and Bimbo King is going to go for the frag. Should at least. He's going to go from the tough angle, but he has to land this shot. Has to go for the push because Mr. Johns won't be peeking it. Should go from a bit more long range so he can get the kill a bit easier. But Bimbo King is just going to wait here. Oh, he wants to make the move, but he knows that he can't give this round away. Just wait. Fake set won't really matter either. Has to go for the pick at some point. I think he'll just wait out a little bit longer and then he's going to make the move. Now he does make the move, but he misses the shot. And Mr. John survives. Round 4 goes to Core7. And this could be a very, very important round as we progress here in the series. That 1v1 fight might just cost Bangbus the game. We're of course still early in, but there is a huge round moving out to Core7. On Tally, meanwhile, he's stuck here as they try to go for a push onto Guess Who, but Guess Who stays alive a little bit longer. Ron being very surprised there, but hey, they now need to force Mr. Johns out very quickly. Now they're going to move in for the push. 2 players already rotated. He comes out. Now they do go back. Kisa is already in there. Julio needs to watch out, and Kisa will get that kill. Stays alive too, we're not even taking any damage. Sean gets one. 2v2 again. The rounds are very, very close, but they need to go huge if they want to win this round. They cannot give this one away. Sean's just gonna wait here. No, he's gonna move in. Sean does not like to wait. And Jin Zhao is just gonna wait to see what Sean does. 2NK waits here. Sean checks the site. 2NK will be moving in, but Sean has to check this. He gets a kill on 2NK. Smoke comes out. Bomb will go down. Yakisa has that appointment. We'll see that Smoke most likely pushed through straight away. But he will get cornered off. 2 angles. Round 5 goes to Bangbus. They just hold on to that. But this time Sean's a big man, getting kills number 3 and 4 in order to make it easier. On Tally now, in mid. We're a little bit. Ooh, that nade on Julio is dead on. Wait, how did he not die? That nade literally landed on his face. He got lucky there. Ooh, Kisa with the striker and the first kill on Sean. With that, the scope has been annihilated. And this is going to be a hard round now. This will be a very tough one for Bangbus. Although they need to win it, it doesn't matter. Cavolzin gets the kill through the smoke here in the vents. So he was aiming pretty high there. Montali now moves up via Spiral. Guess Who's still holding the mid, but let's move over to Ron. Can you do it now? Can you do it when it matters? Gets the kill, Mr. Johns, and the side is nearly open. Can't get the kill on 2NK. Julio's still in the back. He's very low though. What can he do? Guess Who's gonna move up. Ooh, why did Guess Who not cheat that? Gets a lot of damage dealt to him. Now Bimbo King is alone, but Guess Who... Well, sorry, Cavolzin's already there with the pre-fire. Core7 takes 4 rounds on defense. And this is starting to look very good for them. They just need 3 more rounds on the EU side. As Bangbus gonna need 5. Looks like Bangbus doesn't have too much confidence anymore. Skisa now moves in. Already on the stairs with the bomb. A 2-3 setup. Well, 2-1-2 more. They are very heavily focused on 2 defense here, Bangbus. Julio hasn't been able to frag too much. Jinzao's now gonna move back. So does Sean. Those couple of clutches were the most important ones, and they've gotten Core7 up to the lead that they so desperately need. The 1v1 that Bimbo wasn't able to win. There are close fight. The 3K shutdown from Guess Who. Those all matter too much, but now it looks like Bangbus might have this round in the bag. It's a 4v2 situation in favor of them. Guess Who still's got the bomb though. Kavolzin's down in mid. Spotted. So watch out that they don't hit each other. Kavolzin's 80 HP. Guess Who's still full, but they might use Kavolzin here as a bait. Guess Who's gonna walk down to one side. It's just Bimbo King defending it. If he can get the kill, this might still be a win for Core7. And then it could all be over already. Oh, Guess Who has now been spotted, so he knows he has to walk back. Kavolzin now moves into the mid, but Julio is going to land that shot. Still has 80 HP left. And Guess Who with that is in a 1v4. The last cup he did manage to conduct a 1v3 clutch. 1v4 is a little bit more. Can he do this? And can he secure it for Core7? He's gonna walk in now. One of the players. No sprays. But Bimbo King gets a kill eventually. 4-3 now. Bangbus comes back a little bit. But they now need to win a couple of rounds consecutively. Otherwise it might be tough. And here we have Ron with the interesting guns again. It's a gun that's pretty good, but not used too much. He's using the XM8. Ron now waits, expecting a push into 2. That's not really happening. Kisa's picked up the scope in the meantime. There we have the M485 we've been talking about. That's the Bino. Nobody's there, and the mid is completely smoked off. So we see 2NK already dealing, having quite a bit of damage dealt to him. Kisa did spot a player there. We see Ron Talby in the back. Kisa now with that task of getting the entry frags for Core7. Jinzao just moved over. If he waited a little bit longer, he would have probably gotten the kill there. Sean is now watching this angle. Kisa gets this kill. This could be a quick move into 2-side. Kisa has a feeling there's someone there. Sean's indeed watching it, but the shot gets tanked. Could still keep him alive. Jinzao finds Mr. Johns though. Well, I'm still in mid. Round starting to look good for Bangbus again. 2 players on Core7 side are very low. And they've already shot 1 player down. Flash now comes out. Bimbo King knows that there's nobody at 1, so Julio most likely will rotate as well. Okay, so watching the mid. Sean already finding Kisa, and that's important. Sean with another kill here. And he keeps his team alive now. It's all on Guess Who. 1v5 this round. It's going for Sean. Fast run as well. 3 kills as he shuts down Julio. You cannot do this, Guess Who. You absolutely cannot do this. He's gonna move back. He's got 3 already. This would be absolutely monumental for Core7. Would be the second time Bangbus gets a 1v5 against him in this cup. Gets Jinzao, still alive. Bimbo King has to come in from behind. Don't tell me he's gonna do this. He hears Bimbo. Oh, but Bimbo King does manage to stay alive. A very sweet attempt from Guess Who. Getting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 kills. But the 5th is just one too many. And Bangbus evens up. It's now 4v4. We have 5 rounds left to play. 3 rounds at least will be played. This will be a very close series, guys. But who's gonna win it? Let us know in the chat. Sarmila with a knee kill onto Kisa. Looks like Guess Who has picked up the scope in the meantime. Interesting move though, because he's been playing very well as a rifle. Shouldn't really do that. Sean now finds Mr. Johns. Looks like Bangbus has their defense under control and seems to be ready in taking this map. Of course, it's still 4-0. Could go either way. This could very well be the 3rd round that Bangbus is going to take in a row. Although we thought so last round as well. But Guess Who gave us a little bit of goosebumps there. I mean, a little bit scary for Bangbus because the match could have ended just there. Volzin still waiting at the stairs. You see one player in the vent. Soon Kavozin has to go in first, but Julio already finding guess who had that scope. Yeah, this should be the round then. 2NK's moving over here from the mini. We'll run into a player soon, but he's gonna choose to move back instead. Kavozin has been spotted. Bimbo King gets flashed out by his teammate. He has to move in at some point. He will do now. Here's the reload and gets the kill on Kavozin. So it will be a 1v5 for 2NK now, and this time Bangbus will not wait too long. Immediately shut down the player. 3 rounds straight now for them. And finally Bangbus has regained that lead. 2 rounds separate them from a map 5, a 5th and final map. But for Core7, they're just 3 rounds away from a cup victory. ESL prizes and the $30 US provided by Breath. Here we see the returns being made. Sean does get the kill onto Kisa. Their appointment is shut down. Sean should go back here. Although he wants to get the kill onto 2NK. Ooh, a quick scope for Sean, and Sean is bringing it back up. He's now currently second frag. But look at that. Jinzhao, Sean, Bimbo King all have a lot of frags. Only and Bimbo King are hanging down the bottom. Although they're still being important, of course, for them. Kevil's still waiting here. At some point, they have to move in. It's a 3v4. It might be a little bit easier than last round, but with Bimbo King and Julio in there, Julio's going to rotate. Julio's actually going to rotate. Expect it to be a 2-go, and this could be a big mistake if Bimbo King falls without making a kill. Julio's now going to walk back in. Guess who's not watching it anymore, and Julio gets a kill on Kavozin. Bimbo King now with the return kill. Guess who finds one? And Bimbo King to secure it. 4 rounds straight now for Bangbus. They lead 6-4, just 1 round away from a 5th and final map, guys. I think we're gonna get the hype. I think we're gonna go for a 5th and final map. This is turning into a very, very interesting grand finals. Hopefully with a very, very good end. We've already seen a 1v5, almost a second 1v5 being conducted against Bangbus in 1 cup. That would be quite something. We've also seen a Ninja defuse, although that was a 1v1. Now it looks like Core7 is a little bit more foot in the ground for this next map, for this next round. Nathan Flash is coming out. Sean's playing this very close. He says not gonna move in. He's gonna pre-fire a lot before moving back. So now moving down mid. Might catch Sean off guard here. Does do a lot of damage. Julio now has to peek out, but guess who is there to make the return frag? Well, to get the opening frag, rather. So now moves up. Jinzhao's already there. He said tries to pre-fire more, but Jinzhao finally there with a return kill. 4v4 again. Sean's still alive. The push is getting ready over at 2 sides. So let's move over to the player that's in there. That is Rontality. Has been spotted. Ron knows he's gotta watch out tons here. Sean, ooh, Sean wins that battle against guess who? Might get another kill here since Mr. John's still in mid. Sean finds that kill. And now it's starting to turn over to Bangbus again. It's the scope that prevails in the last couple of rounds. And it's Sean currently pushing them through. Still Bimbo King on top frag. King that moves in onto Kavozin, but Kavozin gets that kill. Switches to the M4A1 Opal. But with Jinzhao finding 2NK, it's a 1v3 for Kavozin. Can he do this with a M4A1? Now that would be interesting. But Jinzhao's lit. Ron's 90 HP. Sean's fairly low. There's only 20 seconds. And here are the M4. That doesn't matter. Ron will shut him down then. It started to look very good for Core7 once they had the 4-2 lead, but 5 rounds straight for Bangbus will secure India for them. 7-4. We're preparing for our 5th and final match. It will be Hammer Blow on the UEU server. So we have all of our scores in. It's 2-2. Ron's calling BS. Although they're still winning their games, so that's interesting. room has already been created by Kisa. And we are in the room. So yeah, we have a 5th and final map, guys. We're going to Hammerblow, the EU server. This is where it all comes down to. Core7, after winning the winner bracket finals, had that 1 map advantage. Immediately, Bangbus brought it back by winning Airplane 7-3. Then on Cannon, as soon as Core7 got to the EU side, winning 4 rounds straight, they defeated Bangbus there 7-3. And the same story goes for Bangbus. As soon as they got on their NRF side, they didn't give a single round away, winning 5 rounds straight, winning India 7-4. And we're now in the final match of tonight. We are here in Hammerblow. Currently checking out the rest, see if we have any updates coming in from some other channels. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll call it out to the chat again. 1 sec, we have to answer. They choose the side indeed. Yeah, with that, what I wanted to ask, what do you guys think is going to happen in the 5th and final map? If you're supporting Bangbus here, let us know that you're a supporter of the Bangbus. And if you think that Core7 is going to secure it after all, let us know in the chat that you're supporting Core7. Remember, the winner of this cup will not only take back the prizes that Admass Entertainment has arranged with ESL, they'll also take the $30 of PayPal for winning this cup. But hey, as you know, if we get 16 or more teams, that number will go up to $250 provided by the one and only Brev. So here we go. We have all the players in the room. We're just waiting for Ron and Jinzao to ready up. I think we will see Sean switching his scopes a little bit. Probably playing with the PGM. Maybe having the M40A5 with him as well. Because you will need some wallbanging capabilities here. Especially pulling here on Hammerblow. They'll be mostly preferred on the NRF side. Looks like Bangbus is going to start on the EU side though, which might give them the upper end. We know this map is fairly NRF sided, so at the start, Bangbus will be under pressure, but with them having won 5 rounds in a row straight on India, I think they have have a little bit of a good vibe going. So they might as well take 2-3 rounds. That could just be enough for them to secure it on NRF. So I'm curious to see what happens. All we know is the team that wins this map is going to win the cup. And we have everyone ready. So as soon as Kisa presses that F5 button, we'll get started with the 5th and final map. Now we have everyone ready again. 1 sniper, 4 rifles on Bangbus, 1 pointman, 4 rifles on the other side. Well, we're gonna get started. We have a lot of talks going into the chat. We are going to get this final map started. We are on Hammerblow. We see Bangbus on EU with Jin Zhao, Sean, Ron, Tally, Bimo King, and Julio, and NRF. Core7, Kisa, Gesu, Kavozane, Mr. Johns, and 2NK. Now we have everything set up correctly. The final map here. 7 wins are needed in order to secure the match. Julio should be using that AK-12. PGM for Sean, he listened well. But the only player with a rifle that can wallbang is Julio. And that's the AK-12. But will he be using the AK-12? That's very interesting. This map requires a different setup. But they're not using it. This map, I mean, you can see here in the warehouse, tons and tons of spots where you can wallbang. On one side, basically the entire site you can wallbang. Over in the mids, you can shoot through the fences there, so you need a para, you need an AK-12. AK-12 is probably more preferred. You need a PGM, you need an M40, or maybe even a TPG. You need one of these guns. And it will be Sean to get the first kill onto 2NK though, from the bridge. Guess who is caught in the corner? And we'll find a kill onto Ron, still alive, as he shuts down Bimbo King, but finally does fall down here. 3v3 situation. Sean's gonna move around. Has to get the kill in the base. He's just not gonna move in. Back through double doors. Sean is now under pressure by Mr. Johns. If Mr. Johns survives here, no, Sean is there to get the kill. They probably know there's still a player in the one side. Kisa's now gonna rotate. Jin Zhao finds him. Now Julio has to rotate. He realized that Kavozane is only left in 1. He's now going to move over. In the base, he might run into one of the players. Kavozane's still expecting it to be a 1-go. Now he realizes it. Here's the call from his teammates. Here's the pre-fires coming in, as well as the smoke. I'm going to try and watch this. Pre-fires. Wilson has to reload before he really wants to push through. When the players is up though, yeah, this is going to be hard to retake for him. Very little time. And Sean gets a kill. 3 kills for Sean this round, playing that very well. And Bangbus immediately gets the lead here on Hammerblow. Remember, it's NRF sided, so winning that first map on EU is very good. It comes out. Someone wants to move up. You can actually shoot through the wall with a Demaco there? Okay, maybe that does explain why they still have Demacos. Should be one of the only spots, though, that you're able to do so. Jinzao still waits here. So wanting to walk around the corner. Not really, as he still waits here. It's coming out. King trying to move down mid. All of Core7 is quite a bit far back. Now they do have a foothold over at one side. They will walk up to the base. There are no scopes on the Core7 side, which makes it a lot easier. And Sean gets the kill onto 2NK. Immediately moving in. King gets a kill onto Kavozane. Nobody has moved in yet. They're trying to make a pincer movement here. Mr. Johns, Kisa, and guess who? Sean finds one kill. Kisa comes in with a lot of pre-fires, but there was a crossfire setup. We still have Bimbo King here, finds one. Ron gets the knee kill onto Mr. Johns. Oh, Jinzao spraying down the last. It's a 2-0 lead for Bangbus, and they already have their minimum. They have their minimum in merely 2 rounds, and they have 4 still to work with. This is turning out into a very strong start for Bangbus. Sean wanted to go with the wall. Trying to see if he spots one of the players, but 2NK's finally picked up the scope. He has an FRF2. Oh no, he should have really gone for the M40. This is what you see sometimes, which is so interesting, because you have good ideas of how you should play, but you're not using the right equipment. And on Hammer Blow, you're almost required to use different guns, but people aren't using them. It's tough to see that in the grand final. Like that, it won't be used, but it doesn't matter. Kisa with a massive backstab coming out of nowhere. Didn't even see him coming. But he's found 3 kills. He's got bomb control. Julio gets shot down now by Kavozane. Yeah, 1v5 for Ron. That might be too much to ask from him. Finally, Core7 is going to put one on the board, but that was a huge backstab. It's going to grant them the round. Ron now, stat. Not landing any of his shots yet. 1 in total only on Mr. Johns. It's a clean round now for Core7. They put one up on the board, but in all fairness, they need to win rounds 4, 5, and 6 in order to keep them in this match. It's now coming out. Jinzao still here. Kisa immediately finds the kill again onto Ron, but he has to fall back. Sean tries to get that kill onto Kisa. He's already been put under pressure. He's just gonna move on, leave that kill to Jinzao, and he's gonna get that kill. A headshot straight away, not taking too much damage. And that's important for Bangbus. Mr. Johns is still in the warehouse, but he's gonna move out. No, Mr. Johns, you just had the perfect position in order to shut down pushes coming in from the mid. Now you move over to 2 side, which you should have just left to guess who. And this is going to make it a lot harder for Core7 to still win this round. It's a 4v4 though. Sean waits here. Flash will come out. Tries to startle one of the players, hoping maybe for guess who to rotate so he can get that kill. He's now going to check the warehouse. Knows that a player could still be there. But that player that was there has already moved out. So waiting here. Bangbus wants to go to 2 now. Sean is waiting in the mid, waiting for them to move into the warehouse. And so John's not moving. Guess who not rotating. Sean trying to get the pixel spot. You can see the stairs from here, but he doesn't spot a player. Everyone's still the same setup. Bangbus expecting someone to be in the warehouse, but as soon as they realize it's not, I think they're going to make their way pretty quickly. 35 seconds remain. Sean with a pre-fire coming out. Smoking off the base. Gonna be the mess move, but Bangbus already moving in. Let's keep an eye on Jinzao. He's gonna run into Mr. Johns. 20 seconds remain. Has to. Oh, he whiffs there on guess who? He rips completely. With Julio now falling to Cavozzi, and they're gonna give this round away completely. What was that? It was a 4v4 situation. It looked like Bangbus had it, but they were too frag hungry and just give it away here. 2 rounds straight now going to Core7. We're all tied up in the series again. But this could have easily been a round where Bangbus could have secured a proper lead and put Core7 under proper pressure. Is now moving up. Almost wanted to throw a nade there, but doesn't do so in the end. One of the players has sustained a lot of damage, and that's Kisa. There's only 15 HP remaining. Mentality's already in mid. Might get caught off guard by Kisa as he's moving up here. He spots Ron. Ron sees him too. Kisa's now still up in here. Not much of a place where he can still go to. Stu&K is also playing it far back. Core7 is playing very defensive here, and it might work in their favor. So they're just gonna wait for Bangbus to walk right into their aim. Looks like they've got the solid setup in order to win the last 2 rounds on NRF's side. But remember, if they only concede one of them, it's gonna be tough, and if they concede both, well, that could very well be it. But this nade is good. Might land straight into Cavozzi, but it will not. Almost ready to go in and move in together with Bimbo King. Stu&K still in the back. They spot Cavozzi, but Bimbo King finds both of the players, and now they have to side. This could be all that they need, but guess who is still alive? Gets a trade. It's a 3v3. Bimbo King still full HP, comes out with a flash. They're sustaining a bit of damage. Not much, still almost full. Sean's now also inside. He finds guess who. Kisa's now in. Sean's under pressure, gets killed by Kisa, but he's lit. Mr. Johns now. He has to stay alive. Julio, can he find him? Yes, he does. 2 kills for Julio. And this round is so important to Bangbus. They will at least walk away with 3 rounds from EU side. And in a 5th and final map on an NRF-sided map like Hammerblow, that's very good. Let's see if they can turn it into a gift from heaven. They also win round number 6. He's again going to be playing in the warehouse. He's now going to peek out. Well, Sean there and gets the kill straight away. His aggression finally pays off. They shut down the scope. This could be a great start for Core7 to win this round, especially with Kisa getting the 2nd kill on Jin Zhao. As he stays alive there. K101 seems to be working pretty well. One now pushes in. Runs into Mr. John's aim. Stu&K now finding one. No, he finds a 2nd on Julio too as he pushes in. Round 6 goes to Core7. We're all tied up. But Bangbus had a pretty good EU side. So if they can get this next round on the board, it might put them on the edge that they have the lead. They just have to secure it on their NRF-sided map. We see Kisa moving in quickly. Still gets a kill. One's still there. Finds 2 players before moving back. Still there. Now traded out by Cavozzi. Sean's already rotated. 3v3. Sean's watching the door. Oh, but we see Stu&K already getting ready for the rotate. Opens up. That nade is going to land just a bit further than Julio is standing at. King is going to nade the double doors. Almost connects. Julio is at the double doors. Where guess who's standing behind? Bomb still being left in a warehouse. Sean's still here. Nade's over. Julio still waiting there. Oh, Stu&K finally spotting on the players as Sean. Still 3v3. Sean has moved up a bit further. This is risky. This is very, very risky because I think they can see him from up there. They can indeed. Oh no, they can't. But they will get spotted by Cavozzi, and this could be the cue for guess who to push. Julio still waits. He spotted Julio. Guess who will move in. And he almost does. Oh, guess who immediately lands the headshot onto Julio. Now Bimbo King has to retreat. But with him spotted, they... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Stu&K is going to go for the frag. Gets the kill too. It's yet another important round for Core7. They get the first one on EU in the board as well. They are now 3 rounds away from a win. But remember, it's still on our side. It's gonna be close. He's moved up far in the mid already as he finds Gesu without any problems. Kisa moved up so far, but 2NK with a nade kill onto Sean, and that could still be important. It's a 4v4. Ron's already moving back. Kisa trying to get ready for a 1-go, but yeah, Julio's set up properly here. Scope is down, however. Jinzhao has mid control. 2NK, ooh, 2NK finds Julio. That's an important crack to get here. Ron's gonna try and get the smoke kill onto Kisa as he does. 2NK now wants to do the same. Ooh, Ron is now gonna move over to 2. Jinzhao under pressure. Demolition is gonna move out though as he catches Kavozin, finds the bomb carrier 2NK. And out, no, Mr. John saw his bomb. Sorry about that. He finds Bimbo King. Jinzhao's low, Ron Tally is low. This could be a massive 1v3 for Mr. Johns against all low players. So John's just gonna move up. Ron just has to wait as long as he can and catch him off guard. Mr. Johns, what are you gonna do? He's probably gonna set at 2. He really has to. He's gonna meet up with Ron. I don't think he expects Ron to be here. Ron has to get this. And he does. Ron remains patient. And he's going to make sure that Mr. Jones can't get that 1v3. He wasn't a prime spot to do it. But he just didn't expect Ron to be there. For 3-all. The favor seems to be slightly at Bangbus. But it's 4-all. 5 rounds remaining. 3 rounds that we're going to see at least. We might as well go to a final round here, a 13 and final round. We're at least gonna see 11 out of 13. How more we'll see, we'll find on the next couple of rounds. It definitely is very, very close. It could still go either way, but oh, Kisa already finds a kill into Ron. He's constantly getting those opening frags and being a nuisance, but with Sean and Jinzhao getting a return frags, they have shut down all the players in mid, and only the players at 1 remain. And the round starting off this time in favor of Bangbus though. Jinzhao has the warehouse control, so they don't need anyone there. Sean is going to hold down both mids. It's going to be the toughest spot for him. But they could as well play a retake on 2 with Jinzhao in the warehouse. Now Volting, push out Sean. Sean making proper use of those metal bars standing in its way. Bimbo King almost gets caught off guard, but with Sean also finding 2NK, it's Guess Who now alone. 1v4. 2 players full HP, 3 players actually fully. Bimbo only a little bit of HP dealt to him. Sean is lit. We're gonna move to Guess Who. It's gonna be a massive win for him, but 1v4 is a lot to ask. And it's gonna be too much. Sean gets the kill. 3 kills again for him this round. He's being a very, very important player for Bangbus now. They do have the lead. But Bimbo seems to be having a little bit of a ping issue. He does have to leave. Bangbus should call in a dead round at this point, because the ping isn't going down. Push is now coming. Set shot down by Bimbo King. He's still a bit high. It's not being protested. What's some free fire? They'll win this round though, it could all be over. So NK wants to go with an A. He's gonna land possibly on Jinzhao or Sean's head, but it will not connect on either. So NK tries to peek out. He heard the shot from Sean. He didn't get damaged by that, so it's good for him. Now decide to smoke it off. Jinzhao is still at 2 side. Ron holding down the mid. Looks like Core7 is trapped this round. Still gonna try and go for it. This is tough. Sean is all far in the back. Ron is holding off the mid. Julio and Bimbo King with the crossfire setup at 1. This is almost impossible to get through. Still waiting. 2NK actually finds Sean. That's a huge frag that he definitely didn't need here. Now Jinzhao has to rotate. Ron still waits in the mid, but Mr. John's already watching that. As he surprises Ron, they're immediately going back though. Julio's now going to peek out far as he finds a kill on 2NK. And it's all back to a 3v3. Jinzhao is rotated over to 2. Bomb's coming to 2 side as well. Guess who's now moved in? A little bit of lag coming out there for Jinzhao as he still does get the kill. Julio fight against Kavulzin. Kavulzin is lit. They do get their kills. They're still alive. It's going to be a next round win for Bangbus. It's now 6-4. And they are only 1 round away from winning this cup. So Jones now moves up. Smoke is already out. Wait, where's Kisa? How did Kisa get there? Okay then. Something wasn't covered. Kisa gets a huge 2-frag. And he's got 2 side. I'll look that. I think he spotted Sean there in the corner of his eye. Gonna move out to base where Julio's at. Gets the kill on Julio. Yeah, this is gonna be a clean round for Core7. We're going to a 12th round at least. Unless Sean can close it off here, that would be one hell of a way to do it. 1v4 for Sean. 35 seconds remaining. 2NK's on bridge. I think he heard him now. Sean moving around. Mr. John gets the kill. Oh, the no scope on 2NK. Sean's still alive. Sean has to reload. Doesn't have much time left. And he will fall to that. Should have reloaded just a little bit sooner, but that was a very nice attempt still. Gets 2 kills. And gets real close. But with Kisa leading the charge there in round number 11, they have now put another one on the board. Bangbus still leads 6-5. They still have 2 match points to work with. But is this going to boil down to a 13th and final round? Or is Bangbus going to secure it now? The maps we've seen so far were 7-3, 7-3, 7-4. Are now at least going to end at a 7-5. All teams are playing it slow, but look at Bimbo. He's boosted up properly, but he doesn't fire quickly enough. This nade is good though, and he gets the kill on Mr. John still. Stays alive. He did lose his helmet. This is the issue. He doesn't have an AK-12 with him. If he had it, he could have gone for the pre-fire to the wall. Probably dealt a little bit of damage on Kavulzin, and then just switch back to the AK-47. This is why you need a second gun equipped, which can wallbang on Hammerblow. But both teams, only Julio has the option, but he doesn't use it, which might even be worse. But hey, players not utilizing their options for Hammerblow. But they do hear at least a couple of players being there as Kavulzin finds Bimbo King. Jinzhao now kill on Kisa. In the lead still Bangbus. 4-3. Reload's coming out. Bomb's still being left on the bridge. Sean's inside. Watching the cross. Might spot Kavulzin now. Julio's still waiting here. Flash comes out. Julio dodged away for that properly. He's not going to make any sound. He's going to make sure that Sean is going to land that first shot. But he can wallbang him. So that helps a lot too. 2NK is going to move over to the mid to try and get an opening here. But Sean gets the bomb carrier down. That's Kavulzin. And that could very well be it. 27 seconds we have remaining. As guess who's now lit too. He has to push out. Sean finds 2NK and this is it. This is it. It's going to be a win for Bangbus. 7-5 is what it took in the end on the 5th and final map. But with that, we see Bangbus win the cup. Bangbus is your ESL 5-on-5 Demolition